I'm now joined by
Gabby Harrison. I play in centres or second row for Featherstone and also at Ireland, and I'm sponsored by a big Rovers fan called Chris Smith.
Shanelle Mannion, play for Featherstone Rovers, prop forward, and I'm sponsored by Northern Catering Education.
So we're now episode 100 part 2 because we went over an hour on the last one. How have you both been? You're both back playing, you're both absolutely killing it.
Yeah, we've been alright, haven't we? Really enjoying rugby at the moment. Obviously we've had a big change up at Featherstone. We've got a new coach, Maz, and then obviously we still have Les, and we've got Andy stepping into coach, and it's just been really good, hasn't it? I think everyone's got like a new life about them, especially for us like coming back from injury, and especially being joined by a new S&C called James, who's fantastic. We've just been able to enjoy it more, get back into it, feel a lot fitter, a lot more confident, don't we?
Yeah, we've got loads of healthy competition, especially having new players come in. It's been really good for us. That was originally there, pushing us to get earn our shirts on a weekly basis.
That's what you want though. You got people coming in and you go, alright, if I'm bad in training or I have a bad performance now, that's it. I miss out. So, Gabby, you were out a bit long. You were at the point where you nearly got told that you won't be playing again.
Yeah, they did. They told me not to play, and I've had that twice now, to be honest. So I guess I'm just too stubborn. But it took around 2.5 years. Obviously, COVID didn't help, and I had to change consultants just to be able to have surgery. But yeah, finally at a point where I'm back to playing at a comfortable level of fitness, things like that. So it's going good.
That was it. And you made your return against St Helens as well.
Yeah.
Off the bench, meant to be doing a 10-minute stint and end up doing like 70 minutes you did?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that were hard work.
You didn't look like you skipped a beat though, and you looked fired up for it.
I was ready for it, and it didn't. Like a lot of people saying, like, do you want to, should you wait? Should you wait till next week? It didn't matter what team was put in front of me. I just wanted to get out there, and don't get me wrong, it was tough on the day, but it felt really good to be back.
That was it. You were ready weeks before that though.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the green light, but you were cleared, you were ready, and then when you got that, you're like, oh, you know what? They're the best in the country, but yeah, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Yourself, Shanelle, how was your return?
Yeah, it's always hard getting an injury because you just want to be back playing, but you have to make sure you take the time and make sure you recover right, or you're just going to constantly just keep hurting the same part. Nobody likes missing out when you go into training and watching all your friends going in. You're just eager to get back, and that's how it is. You just want to be back on that pitch, back training and playing. So yeah, I'm really enjoying being back, especially having Maz and James. They're really supportive of coaches along with Les. It's going really well at Rovers.
Well, that was it for both of you. Even when you were both injured, you were still there all the time. You we
don't like missing out on anything.
No.
You were training all the time. Do you remember when you used to do the game day stuff?
Yeah.
Game days was you two.
To be a part of it.
That's it. So you both killed it, and like Gabby comes back and she's a second generation rugby player, and now she's part of the Ireland training squad. So how's that gone?
Yeah, it's really good. There's such a great team of staff down there. Obviously working with John and the rest of the lads, it's fantastic. When I first went down there, that's when I kind of moved to a forward role. So I've learned a lot of new things working with them. It's a great team. We've had players come in and out of that, with it being a development squad, but also with team cuts. We've just had a camp last week, which were really good. Probably one of the best sessions that we've had yet. And hopefully looking forward to playing some games this year.
That's it. It's mega where you go. Less than a year ago, you thought you were done. Like you thought you, and I remember when you were going to come back, and you thought you'd have to come back in a lower league, because you were thinking, even if I got cleared, I'll never get back to. So the fact you've come back, smashed it like you have, just testament to how hard you've worked.
Thank you.
And you're both in the gym all the time now.
Yeah, we try, don't we? It's hard because at the moment we're both working 2 jobs, so having to fit everything in is quite tough. But yeah, we try to get to the gym as much as we can. We've got some really good plans from James and another S&C plan from Ireland, so it's just working away at things really to, get better and better.
So you got to Shield final last season, which was a big occasion. It was again another shame, but it wasn't covered on our league or on television because it was a really, really good spectacle. Didn't go the way but you wanted it. But how was that experience of playing in a big stadium in front of a really, really big crowd?
It was really good, wasn't it? With me and Shanelle being Leeds fans, we've always wanted to play at Headingley. It was a really good experience. I thought that there were a lot of spectators there, which is obviously good for both teams and good for the game. And everyone made it really good on the day, didn't they? Even though a few things didn't go our way and we didn't get the win, overall it was a good experience, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's if you can hear a noise in the background, it's my daughter playing with her Scooby-Doo toys. So, season's over, you come back, different format for the season, and again, I don't think it's that bad of a format, to be honest, having distinguished competitions. You've obviously the Challenge Cup run, get knocked out by Saints, but you get 4 wins on the road to that. How was that experience for you?
I think it was good. The highlight for me was the quarter-final against Wigan. Beating them by 2 points just shows how much of a close game it was and how hard it was to win that game. They gave us a really good game, but to come away with a win we just all felt really buzzed and great after that going into the semi-final. Were really enjoyable, wasn't it, that game?
Yeah, I think it was good. I think we had a good run up to it. Obviously, when we played Ulton, that was the first game as this kind of new squad that we've got now. I think a lot of people forget that Fevs is pretty different compared to how we ended that season.
Yeah, it's really different squad and everything now.
Yeah, lost a lot of big players as well, including our captain. And then we've got a bunch of new girls in who are really good. But it's like having to kind of merge 2 teams together. I think when we played Ulton, we had 7 of us that had finished last season and 6 new girls, in the starting 13.
Yeah.
But obviously, we just built up through the rounds. But yeah, Wigan was a really good game. And at times we didn't know which way it was going to go. But it was enjoyable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's it in you. Well, saying that, you did have a lot of players leave at the end of last season. You had Dobbo retire, which, like, having to replace Andrew Dobson's probably an undoable task.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you had probably more people left at the end of the season than people realise. But there was at least 6 or 7 but went.
A lot of injuries as well, didn't we? Had Jessie Hammond, obviously a key player in the middle, very vocal. Cairo, Paige, quite a few, weren't they, that just had to step down from it. And it was sad, really, and it was sad for them. And like you said, big losses to fill, but that's what you have to do as a team and work on each week.
That was it, and you two finally got your win over Cass after being Cass players. Which, it's one of them, like, they're not the same team, but the amount of the beatings they've put on you guys in the past season or so, that must have been a good occasion, especially because you both played there. That's where you both was. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, the game itself wasn't the best, but we just did what we had to do, to get the win. But it was good to finally get a win over Cass. And I think that with their hard work and the new setup, they'll get back to how they were. It's just going to take time for them.
Oh, I honestly believe, but give it like two and a bit seasons, they'll be back up there. It's too much of a hotbed area for developing female play. Like, both of you two come from that system and that setup and then gone on and done what you're doing now. And there's players in pretty much every big team from Cass. So you do that, beat Wigan, you're on our league 1 week, BBC the week after. That was quite it must have been nice to get the exposure, but from 2019 when we started doing this. But we wanted for you guys, like at that point, it was like a distant dream to actually get anything.
Yeah, definitely, especially BBC. There were times when me and you had to, use an iPad if we wanted to put games on Facebook. Do you remember?
That was it. It was like, do you remember like streaming games off iPads?
Yeah, just to get a bit of coverage, or even for game analysis, because it's good obviously getting the games out, to the fans that can't make it. But because we didn't even have any recordings of the game, we couldn't then go away and do any game analysis. So it's definitely going in the right direction now.
That's it. So, how was the nines competition for both of you?
Unfortunately, we didn't play. We didn't go to the nines, but I know that a lot of the girls really enjoyed it.
I want to say, like, for me, like, that would have been a nightmare for me, playing in the nines. Like, I'd have been the worst player possible for being in that. But no, so...
It's made for your fast players, isn't it?
Yeah. So, we're recording this on Super League start day. It's going out tomorrow, Monday morning, so before you hear this interview, you've obviously heard the results. So we'll record 2 parts. Congratulations on winning yesterday.
Dad.
Oh no, commiserations on losing.
Come on,
So that's that bit. No, I'm going to thank you both for coming on, and thank you both for being with us all the way through this process.
No, thank you.
So
It's at episode 100. It's really good. You're doing really well with it all, and I think that obviously the girls that are seeing this pop up on social media, if they haven't already, they should drop you a message. It's a really good thing to do.
thank you. We'll get you both on episode 200. Probably sooner. I'm not going to lie.
Won't be long.
Won't be long.
Won't be long at the rate you're going. You're doing well.
Right, thank you both.